Sport on breakfast.
And today, picking up the hockey stick and heading out on the turf with Hockeyroos, Kathryn Slattery. Kathryn was at the Olympics last year. This week, she's representing WA as part of the Australian Hockey League tournament. It's on all this week at Perth Hockey Stadium. Welcome to ABC Radio, Kathryn.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
How long have you been playing? Take us back to when you were introduced.
Oh, yeah. So I started when I was pretty young. I was about 8 or 9. I just filled in for my brother's team because he was 6. So took off from there. It was a bit of a funny way to enter the sport. But, kind of once I got into it, I just loved it and haven't looked back.
Is he a bit dark that you're a better hockey player than him?
Oh, I think he might be, but yeah, he's also always very supportive as well.
Yeah, now you grew up in South Stirling, so what were you thinking about when you started playing? What sort of goals did you have for your career?
Well, I was pretty young and, country sport is obviously a really big thing, so to be down there and, playing with all my close friends, I'd played a bunch of different sports at the same time, soccer, basketball, athletics, everything I was kind of involved with as usual down there, but, I kind of got to the point where I had to make a decision about whether I should follow hockey, so I decided, I thought it was such a great team sport and I love being part of a team, and it's such a skillful sport as well, so for me that was just such a big plus. But I never really looked to necessarily make the Australian team or go to the Olympics. I was always just looking to try and play my best and really enjoy the sport that I was playing. Then I guess I got to the point where it was all kind of falling into place, and I realised that maybe I did actually have a chance to make it. So, for me at that point, I was like, this is it. This is my chance. I really want to do this. And, I worked really hard and was able to get there.
Yeah, I mean, we just have such a fantastic tradition of hockey in Australia. I imagine it is very hard to make the Australian team. What do you sort of go through to get to that point?
Yeah, I think it's always really tight and very competitive, but I think in that sense it's made the Australian team a lot better. If you've got so many people from around Australia that are really pushing for high level selection, it's pushing everyone else that's above them to get better as well, and that's what we're looking for in our our group and our extended development group as well, the way everyone from below you or what you perceive as below you, they're pushing you to be better, then that's going to make the entire Australian team better. So that competitive environment, that's also quite positive, I think. That's what we need to be able to be competing well on the international stage.
Yeah. Now, what was your first Olympics like?
Yeah, it's just it's very hard to explain. It was such a whirlwind. It's just a crazy experience over there, especially in Rio. The amount of people and the fans and just everything that comes with it. I actually went into the Olympic Village on my birthday, so that was a bit of a crazy experience. Kind of getting all your accreditation and moving into the rooms, and seeing the mass amount of other supreme athletes from around the world walking around the village, and you go into the food hall, and there's so many incredible athletes that you've idolised or you've watched them on TV, and to be able to be a part of that was just amazing.
So you're just like fully focused, or a little bit kind of bug-eyed, just looking at all these incredible people around you?
Yeah, I think definitely at the start you were a bit overwhelmed, but we kind of just tried to have one day where you sussed out the village and really just took it all in, and then knuckled down on what we were looking for the entire tournament. With hockey we play over the whole period of the Olympics, so it was really important, I think, that we were able to switch on and move on to what we were there for, which was the business end of the tournament.
Kathryn Slattery, WA Diamonds, also plays for the Hockeyroos, our guest on ABC Radio Perth Breakfast. So you're playing against some of your Hockeyroos teammates this week.
Yes.
What is that like?
Yeah, I think it's it's always pretty competitive, but we're really good friends. We spend so much time together on and off the pitch. But to go out there, you kind of know what they want to do, which way they drag. If they hit or slap or slide or whatever skill set they have, because we've trained together. You kind of worked out what all that kind of stuff is. But I think I think it's a great environment to be a part of, and competing against each other, in a different sense where you're playing for your state with a different bunch of people, I think is really positive. And we've also got a couple of other Hockeyroos girls in our team, so it's really nice to play with them and have that real sense of state pride, which is something that I hold very close to my heart.
Yeah, look, ditto. How do you think we're going to go?
Oh, we've got a big game this afternoon. If we can get points out of this game, we'll make the top 4. So, it's a pretty big one riding on the game this afternoon.
Now, what is it like, your family? I know, well, you miss them. You're from around Albany originally. They must be pretty excited for you.
Yes, I definitely miss my family. All my close family and friends are kind of still based in Albany, so it is hard being a little bit further away. But they've been so supportive throughout my whole career, and I had to obviously move to Perth when I was quite young, so very appreciative of everything that they've able to do for me. But they come down and watch whenever they can, and they were able to go over to the Olympics and watch that as well. And I think it was one of the best things was to look into the crowd and see them there screaming my name, and that was a very amazing experience.
Brilliant. Oh, look, really nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Good luck this week, and go the Diamonds.
Great, thanks very much.
Good on you, Kathryn. It's 25 minutes past 7. We'll have news headlines for you soon on ABC Radio Breakfast.